edition of Storytelling Tech and Tips, where I tell you about the tips and techniques as the technologies that I use to become a better storyteller, and how you too can become a better storyteller using these very same techniques and technologies. Now today, here, before we jump in, do me a favor, type your name if you're in the chat, either on YouTube or on Amazon Live. Go ahead and type your name in the chat. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see ya and see what's happening, what you have going on there. Listen, do me a favor. Today is super special. I'm going to be talking about my Stream Deck and what we're doing, what I do with my Stream Deck, not only to become a more professional storyteller, but how to make my life easier and how I can be more productive as well. If you've got questions along the way, make sure that you ask those questions. Make sure that you let me know that what you're seeing. All right, so let's talk about it. If you are in the Amazon Live room, then you'll probably see the carousels. If you've got any questions about the topics or the products or the things that I'm using today, then make sure that you ask those along the way. If you're there, you can kind of swipe through the carousel to see what is available. And I'll talk through some of those things right now as well. All right, so let's jump on in. Actually, before we jump in, there is something that I want to share with you. I want to ask you to do me a favor. Let me see if I can pull this up really quickly. Let me see if I can pull this up. All right, hold on one second. In the meantime, listen to the pleasant music. All right, cool. All right, I think we're just about there. All right. Give me one moment. We're just about there, people. We're just about there. Hold on. All right, cool. So yeah, so this is what I would like for you to do. All right, so if you're looking at my screen at the bottom, this Sunday, May 2nd, what we're going to be doing is those people who want to become better on camera, we're doing what we call the Confident on Camera Challenge. Hey, hey, Aaron, how you doing? Is like, if I ever run out of space for all these products, I'll send them your way. Let me just type in and respond to you. All right, watching from Ireland. Woohoo! Go Irish. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, cool. Excellent. All right, so let's jump in. Let's jump on in. So the Stream Deck is something that I use to really make life a lot easier for me. Let me actually turn my music down just a little bit so you can hear it. Stream Deck is something that I use to make life quite a bit easier for me. And in actuality, I'm just gonna go to my main frame here. Yeah, so I'm kind of giving you the back behind the scenes tour here a little bit, right? So I've got my stuff that I do. I've got my monitors, I've got my my water, etc., etc. But this device right here, the Stream Deck, is really what I use to power a lot of different things, right? So for example, right now, I jump from scene to scene, all right? So if you can see my hand right here, watch this finger. Ooh, watch my finger. So right now I'm going to press a button and it's gonna jump back over to this scene, right? So my Stream Deck is the item that I use to run a lot of my shows. I run a lot of my shows using this item, okay? So I've got some other shows that I do, blah, blah, blah. I can jump back and forth using the Stream Deck, right? So this is how I run so many different things, right? So as a matter of fact, if you wanna look at this, I'm gonna show you, okay, where is it? Why is this not working? Did I mess this up? Oh, yes, it did. I did mess it up. Give me 1 second. I gotta fix something. Hold on. I have to fix it. All right. There we go. I gotta fix something. All right. Boom. Boom. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So you can see, you know, screen, etc. You can see just what's happening on the screen here. And I'm able to jump back and forth from that using just the Stream Deck. So here's what I want you to do. What I want to do is I want to kind of take you through the Stream Deck and how it works so that you can kind of see how easy it is. So let me jump to my shared screen here. So the Stream Deck is this device. Actually, let me do it this way. I'm gonna jump to my basic screen and I'm gonna share. I'm gonna just use my camera and show this to you. All right. So this is kind of what it looks like in person. All right. All right, so this is what it looks like kind of close up. All right, you're not getting the full focus there, but I just kind of wanted to get closer for you. So, you know, neat little device. This one is the Stream Deck XL and it has 32 buttons, right? It's got 32 buttons that really help to, wow, let me see if I can get better focus on these. Oh, I know what's happening, the lighting. Okay. It's the lights. Okay. So yeah, there's 32 buttons and these buttons do a lot of different things. I can control my application with it. All right. And don't worry, I'm going to kind of show you this a little bit more clearly in just a second. I can control my broadcasting application with it, but I can do a lot more as well. So let me actually just take you behind the scenes now and get you better situated. All right, so let me take you behind the scenes with this thing. So let's, all right, so this is what you see. So this is the cool thing about the Stream Deck here is that it's got this application, and that's how you set it up. So you see the item on my desk, but you also see there's also this application, and that's how I set it up. How I set up the application. This application is how I set up the device on my desk. So for example, on my, at the top left, Ecamm is something that I use, right? It's an application that I use. But I've also got this thing here called main solo cam. So if I click this button right at the top, the second button, right here, hopefully you can see it, right? If I click the second button here, right, let me highlight it, right? If I click that second button, it's going to take me somewhere so that you can see me, all right? So if I click that, it takes me to a totally different scene, all right? So look at that. All right, so let me go back to my screen share here. All right, there's another button right beside that. If I click that, check out what it does. Let me see if this is gonna work. Nope, I messed that up. Okay, I moved it somewhere, so it's probably not gonna work. Yeah, I've changed a few things. All right, let me do something else. Okay, so let's go to. Okay, so I've got several different things here. You see I've got different cameras, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to another scene so you can kind of see it jump back and forth between cameras here. So if I go to this scene, all right, you can see me jumping to that camera. All right, another camera there. Right. All right. So I can jump back and forth between cameras just by using this Stream Deck. Okay, so I don't have to click anything inside of my screen, my application. I don't have to use my mouse. I've got several different cameras and I use them just simply using the Stream Deck here, right? So it makes things quite easy. So let me go back to this screen share. So I've got some different things that I control with my Stream Deck. So for example, this one that says lights, right? If I click on that, it changes to this scene where I control my Elgato my Elgato key lights. So I've got one on the left and you see that one is on. If I turn that off, you can kind of see me in the bottom left of the screen there. I get turned off. If I click it, it comes back on. If I click the right one, you can see that I get brighter because I've got another fill light. And I can also click the down to make it brighter or darker. So if I click the fill down, it turns it down. Okay, and I can change the temperature. So check this out. I'm actually going to turn the one on the left off and I'm going to turn the one on the right up. But look at what happens. If I click the temp up button, you see me in the bottom here. So now you see how I become redder or more yellow because of the temperature. I keep mine at cool if possible because of my complexion. It gives me the natural look. Okay, so that's kind of what happens there. All right, so I've got my light set up there, and what I do is I always on each screen have a button, and you create every button that's here. You create every button that's here. So I create a button on each screen that says return to dash because I've got what I call a dashboard, and I'm gonna take you through how I create some of these things in just a little bit. But I click on return to dash and it takes me back to my main scene. Now, not everybody has a main scene. I keep one. Okay, I'm gonna click on this one that says Zoom. So if I'm on Zoom, there's shortcut applications or shortcut features or instructions or commands that I can access easily. Okay, so for example, mute all if I'm a host, mute all except the host, unmute all except the host. All of these things are things that I use inside of Zoom regularly, right? And then of course, I go back to my dashboard here. All right, I can record locally or on the cloud, speaker view, gallery view, etc. All of these things. All right, so let me go back. I also have something that I use. I have an application that I use called Farrago that allows me to do sound effects. So for example, you're hearing the music in the background here. All right, if I'm going to turn this up. Okay, so I'm turning that off. I'm going to press some of these buttons. So if I click this, for example, number FX1, I've got my FX set up. Right? I've got these. Tell a bad joke. Right? So all of these things I have set up. I have music that I can trigger from these. Right? But notice I also have a fade out button here. All right, so that I've got those things set to go. So this is, really what all right, so this is these are some things that the Stream Deck allows me. I mean, you've seen already, I'm controlling lights. I'm already controlling cameras. I'm controlling scenes that my application uses, right? So my lights behind me can be controlled with the Stream Deck. I haven't set those up yet, but I will be doing that in just a little while. All right, not today, but soon. Okay. So, all right. So let me go back to my, let me go to my next scene here. So I'm going back to my dashboard scene. So here's the next thing that I control here. I've got my lights, I've got zoom, I've got some shows, right? Different shows that I do. So I do a show on Mondays called whatchamacallit. I got a show that I call the What's My Story podcast. I do that. Storytelling, tech and tips. I've got that show. I've got the Storyteller show. I've got something that I do called The Den on every third Sunday, a show for men, right? So I click that and it takes me to some of my different setup scenes for that show, right? So all of this allows me to produce pretty quickly and pretty easily inside of my any show that I want by myself, right? So I'm able to do things pretty quickly at the touch of a button. But here's another thing that it does also. If you look at this button here, I've got something called sites and apps that I've got set up. So if I click that, there's some applications that I can bring up quickly and easily. So Camtasia is something that I use regularly. So as a matter of fact, let me change that because I just got rid of Camtasia 2020 and I've got Camtasia 2021. So if I want to launch Camtasia 2021, I just simply click that. All right. I've got Final Cut set up to launch from there. Because I'm a business owner, I've got QuickBooks set up to launch from there. PowerPoint, Keynote, Prezi, Poll Everywhere, Sound Studio, a sound editing application, Canva. I've got these things set up because I use them regularly. eBay, Amazon, ESPN, right? YouTube, Facebook. I use these things regularly. I've got a screenshot button here because sometimes I just want to make a screenshot of what is on screen, right? And I don't want to have to press multiple buttons or open multiple applications. I just click that screenshot option and it allows me to screenshot what is on the screen, or it sets things up and all I have to do is drag the mouse. So it chooses what size I want it to be at. Okay. Activity monitor. I keep a close eye on, how hot my machine is running, etc. Digital color meter. Sometimes I want to find out what color something actually is. And then to the right of that, I've got my disk utilities. So this is awesome. So you can literally use this to set up any commands that you want. So here's what I want to do. I want to walk through just a couple of basic ways for you to set up and create commands. All right. So I'm going to back out just a little bit here. All right. Those of you that are watching on YouTube or on Amazon Live, do your man a favor. Do me a favor here. Do me a favor. Just let's get connected. You can feel free to text me. Also, 410-936-4049, 410-936-4049. Watch the show. If you're on YouTube, I want you to head on over to rk3tv.live/Amazon. Okay. If you're on the show, if you're on YouTube, head on over to rk3tv.live/Amazon so you could get the full effect of everything that's going on here, right? So you get access to some of the different things that I'm putting in the carousel, some of the different items, et cetera, so that you can really see what's going on. All right, so let's keep going. Okay, so I want to take you through how to set up a basic, let me back out just a touch here so you can see the rest of this application. Okay, I want to take you through how to set up some basic buttons inside of my Stream Deck. Okay, so I'm gonna go to this websites area here and I'm gonna create a profile. I'm gonna call this new profile. Okay, So I want you to see this also. I want you to see this. See if I can pull this up. I want you to see this. I want you to see that every time. Let me see if I can change this a little bit so you can see it better. All right. I want you to see that every time I make some changes in the in this area, those changes are reflected inside of the Stream Deck. So check this out. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to click this welcome button. And it's a button that they've set up to go directly to the Elgato website. Okay, so I'm going to delete that button. All right. And notice that that change happens. Okay. So, let me go back to, you know what? Let me actually just put this on screen for you so that you can see this. All right. So I'm putting this at the bottom right here so you can kind of see what happens here. Let me see if I can zoom in just a touch on this. All right, cool. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the top left and I'm going to add a, let me see what I want to add. Let me see what I want to add. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go into, I'm going to have it open up an application. All right. So I'm going to go over to the right to my system, and then I'm going to just take this and I'm going to drag it over. Right. So if you notice already, you see this button change. All right. Because there's now an icon there. Now, when I click on choose the application, I get to choose whichever application I want. So let me choose chess. I've got a chess game here. Right. So I click that, the application icon already pops up. Right. The application icon pops up. Let me actually turn my light off for a second. Let's see if we can get this set up so that you can see this better. Nope, that's not going to work. Not like I thought. I thought you weren't seeing it because of the lights. Anyway, so let me go back to my new profile. All right, so I've got chess there and I'm going to open up something else. So let's say that I wanted to copy something, right? I can set up a hotkey inside of my Stream Deck to copy something. I would just have to highlight it and it would, and I just press the button, it would copy. So I'm going to go move this over here and you can see that I've got another icon that pops up there. So I'm going to change this to copy. All right. And I type in the word copy there and I'm going to click it to assign. So I'm going to choose Command C. That's the shortcut to copy something. All right. And then how about this one? I'm going to put hotkey over here. And that's, I'm going to choose Control V to paste. All right. So if I click this button now, if I click this button, you'll see. All right. Well, you don't see it, but let me actually share my entire desktop so you could see this. All right. Let me close it so you can see what's happening here. So I'm going to share my entire desktop. Hold on before I do that. All right. So here we go. I'm going to share my entire desktop. All right. So when I press this button, okay, you see this chess application that opens up, right? So check out what I'm going to do. I am going to put a button here to quit the application. I'm going to put it at the top right. Okay, and notice buttons coming up there. So I'm going to click on Command Q and I'm going to say quit app. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay, so check this out. Application is open and chess is in the front. And I'm going to click on quit app and chess gets quit. All right, so look, I click this button, chess comes up. All right, I click this button, chess quits. All right, chess quits. All right, so yeah. All right, so let me go back here. So yeah, so I can also copy and paste things if I want now. So let me open up something. I'm gonna open up. Let's see what I can open up that's safe. Okay. So I'm going to show the Notes app. Okay. So for example, I have something here. Let's say that I wanted to do this. I go in and I highlight that stuff. I click the copy and I come down, then I click the paste. You see that? Look at that. I can paste it as many times as I want. Look at that. I'm just clicking the button and it's pasting. Look at that. Look at that. Right? So this is, you know, what I can do easily with my Stream Deck here. Hopefully you're finding that useful. You're finding that useful. All right. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to get out of the Stream Deck screen share for just a few moments here. And I want to take you into the browser because I want to share with you there's 3 versions of the Stream Deck. Right? There's 3 versions of it. And I want to take you through the 3 of them briefly. Okay. So let's go. Version number 1 is this. Okay. So it says currently unavailable, but if I were to search in here, for Stream Deck Mini, let's see. Oh, maybe they are unavailable. I don't know. Let's see. All right, but I can also go to the Elgato website, elgato.com. All right, and let's see, Stream Deck. Let's see. Let me close this out. Yeah, Stream Deck Mini. And Stream Deck is also mobile, so you can have Stream Deck on your mobile device as well, right? So yeah, if I were to click shop now, let's see what would happen. All right, yeah, so the Stream Deck Mini is $80 on the Elgato website. All right, but we want you to get it on Amazon. So yeah, All right. Saying currently unavailable there for that particular store as well. But let me type in Stream Deck here. All right. If I type in Stream Deck, okay. Yeah, there's some that are available. So yeah, you can get one by Sunday if you want. So that regular Stream Deck is going to run you about $147. Okay. So there's the 15 key. And then if I click on the 6 key one, yeah, there we go. So the Stream Deck Mini, 6 keys. And here's the beautiful thing. I hope you've gotten this already. There are multiple profiles, right? That you can use. If 6 buttons isn't enough, you can have multiple profiles. So there's the 6 key, there's the 15 key. All right. And then if I go back, let me see if I can go back. There's also the XL. All right, which is $249. So do me a favor, go into the carousel and grab that. If you're not sure where the carousel is, you should be watching right now. You should be able to see the carousel right beside you. All right, you should be able to see the carousel right beside it, or you can click in the stream and you should be able to see the carousel right beside it there. All right, so go ahead and grab that. Okay, and I'm going to close that. Yeah, so ultimately that is what is happening with the Stream Deck, and hopefully just kind of seeing this gave you some ideas about what you can do with a Stream Deck, what you can do with a device like that, not just from a production standpoint, but from a productivity standpoint. Okay, so you can do so much with this. Do me a favor, go grab a Stream Deck, because I guarantee you it's going to make life quite a bit easier for you. If you want to get connected again, and if you want to learn a little bit more, not just about a Stream Deck, but how to be even more confident on camera so that you can tell your story with confidence, so that you can begin to utilize the tips and the technologies of storytelling in order to influence more, in order to inspire more, in order to income more, right? You want to make sure that you join with us for the Confident on Camera Challenge. Head on over to confidentoncamerachallenge.com. We get started this Sunday, May 2nd, 2021 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or is it Eastern Daylight Time? I don't know which one it is, but it's Eastern. It's Eastern. All right, get it on your calendar and join us for the Confident on Camera Challenge. Listen, y'all, this has been me, Robert Kennedy III, RK3, for storytelling, tech, and tips. Join us again next week, Friday at 2 p.m. for another edition of Storytelling, Tech, and Tips. I'll see you.